Welcome to the studio. I have had several requests about how I mix my paint with the wax, the type of palette that I use, and for those who are beginning or who have questions about just how much of the wax you mix with your paint, that is what this video is going to be about. And I thank you for joining me. So let's set up a palette. I use a palette which is freezer paper because that allows me to put out a palette as large or as small as I need for what particular project that I am working on. And I have laid out my paint colors: titanium white, warm white, asphaltum, transparent orange, a quin gold, turkey umber, a cad red light, coral, celadon green, Indian yellow, yellow ochre, and blue parma. So I put my color out on the palette, and then I add a 50-50 ratio of the cold wax to the paint. And what you're looking for is that shine, that glossiness of the traditional oil paint to turn to a matte finish. And once I mix this paint up, it becomes very creamy, like frosting. And so if you mix too much paint, you haven't lost anything. You can cover your palette if you have leftover paint until the next day. If you mix up a large amount of paint, you can scoop it up and put it in a little plastic container that has a lid so the air doesn't get to it. And so the paint definitely lasts for several days. And you can mix as small of an amount or as large of an amount as what you feel you are going to be working with on that particular day. I mix about this much paint at every session that I'm painting, and of course I lift any leftover paint and put it on a new piece of freezer paper for the next day, or after I've painted on a palette for several days, I will take my leftover paint and just start a new palette. So let's mix some paint. after I have mixed the paint with the cold wax medium on my palette, I cover my boards with usually a solid cover of one color, or you can mix more than one color. And so I'm going to demo that for you now. I have covered this 9 by 12 cradled panel with the Gamblin transparent orange as a first layer, and usually I will cover this layer once it sets up with another color before I begin actually diving into the painting. And I wanted to share this with those of you today who may be beginning in oil and cold wax and wondering how to mix the paint and start your actual paintings. So I hope this has been helpful, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I hope you will hit that red button and ring the notification bell so you don't miss any upcoming videos. And if you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. Thanks so much for joining me. Until next time, everyone.